Hello. So, it is time for week 2 of UBL Season 6 singles. This time we're up against Vatrena. Vatrena was actually a coach from last season who had a pretty offensive team, and this time is not so much different. They've got a lot of offensive power, but also have a really good defensive core. They've got Domana Tangala, Victini, Gliscor, Megalopony, Florges, Serena, Heraldon, Jellicent, Electivire, and Galarian Linoon. Now, of course, they have Florges, so we have to just take them down for that reason. Their physical offense is really, really high, but as a result, their special offense isn't actually that great. It's pretty much going to come from Victini or Duraludon, and I'm not that afraid of Duraludon. Maybe I should be, but I'm not that afraid of it, so... The defensive core between Florges, Jellicent, and Gliscor is going to be a bit tricky to break if they bring all three. I expect him to bring Florges anyway, just to spite me, to be honest. And I have to be ready for all of these offensive threats. Serena, I have natural answers to with what I'm going to be bringing. Duraludon, I should be okay. I might be a little underprepared for Duraludon, I'm not going to lie. But that's because I'm not respecting Duraludon. So... as for what I'm bringing some weird stuff, that's for sure. But, we're starting off with Aromatisse. I hate that I have to bring this, but... for this match, with the way that I've built my team, I actually kind of need Aromatisse. So we've got Wish Protect, Umlas and Heal Bell, pure supportive cleric, on the physically defensive side. It's gonna be good at switching into a couple different things. Like, it's pretty solid into switching into Lop. Just a couple of different things, but also, the main thing is I need to make sure I had a Wish Passer. For the most part, Aromatisse isn't going to be doing that much here, but to be honest, not a lot of my other Pokemon I really wanted to bring. You notice I'm bringing actually 5 of the same 6 as last time, and that's just because in this matchup, a lot of them are going to be doing something kind of interesting. Notably, we're going very different on our Blastoise. We are going Iron Defense Body Press Blastoise. Max Defense, with Rest and Scald as our extra moves. Rest means we've got the ability to just shake off status and keep ourselves healthy to help win the game. And Scald means we actually have a way to hit the Gliscor. We set up an Iron Defense with this thing, and there's not a lot that they can actually break it with. Especially if we get a couple off, as well as, you know, able to rest up. Pretty much the only thing that's going to break it is Duraludon. So, the only other thing is, if Jellicent does come, we do have to take it out before this can win the game. Because of Water Absorb plus being a Ghost type, it neutralizes what our Blastoise can do. But, for the most part, Blastoise is going to do really, really well here, I think. I think it's going to be our late game win condition. Next up, Excadrill. They have to fear this, and I'm making them fear this. I'm just bringing pretty much the same set and not even thinking about it. I didn't put a lot of time into this team, to be fair. I haven't put a lot of time to a lot of the teams I played this week, to be fair. But, Earthquake, Iron Head, Rock Slide, and Swords Dance. With Adamant, I wanted to make sure I had the power, because they have a few bulkier things that, without Adamant, I'm not going to get the KO on. So, I wanted to make sure I've got the Adamant on there. Swords Dance is unlikely to be clicked, to be honest, but if we do get it, we do get it, so I'm not gonna complain if we get the Swords Dance off. I know I can get a free Swords Dance. Swords Dance with enough turns at Sand will just win the game. Next up, Specially Defensive Gigalith. This is going to be my Victini check all day. Blastoise is also, Blastoise is going to be my Dom check, by the way. Gigalith, we are Specially Defensive, but that is because of Special Victini being a possibility, especially with Focus Blast. Very much a possibility, so I wanted to go Specially Defensive with the Sandstream, giving us a very, very nice survivability. Non-booster Focus Blast do 38% max to Gigalith, so we're in a really good boat there. So, and it is our Rocker. We wanted to make sure I had Sand and Rocks, so Gigalith just does really well. Stone Earthquake, really solid coverage. Obviously, Gliscor can come in on us all day, but we've also got the Rest. This is also, if you're noticing, why we wanted Aromatisse. We've got double Rest. And I think this Mew is going to give more of an idea on the style of team that we've got here. Roost, Ice Beam, Psychic, and Toxic Spikes, physically defensive. This is our dedicated lock putty switch in. Also does really well into Gliscor if it wants to come in and try and defog away our Toxic Spikes. Toxic Spikes are going to be the name of the game here. We're planning on going with Toxic Spikes to help whittle down some of their Pokemon, especially some of their more defensive Pokemon. Mew obviously is going to do pretty good damage with Ice Beam regardless into Gliscor. And the Toxic Spikes will help whittle down the other two defensive threats between Jellicent and Florges. And also getting the chip on the things like Darmanitan, Victini if it's not carrying Boots, and Mega Lopunny, getting that bit extra chip for things like Excadrill to come in the late game and sweep on up will be really nice. Roost obviously there for recovery. And while I wanted to try and fit Will-O-Wisp on the set, one, if I was going with Toxic Spikes, that would be a little bit counterintuitive. And two, I felt like Gliscor would just come in, or Victini, and just like eat up a Will-O-Wisp. And I just didn't want that to happen, especially because I don't have the ability to pivot with this Mew. I wanted to make sure I've got the coverage that I needed, because I figured that their main defogger of choice is likely to be the Gliscor. It could be Florges as well, but I'm a lot less scared of Florges being the defogger here. Just because it allows Excadrill to come in for free. Also, I have or even Blastoise, because Florges isn't going to do that much with Moonblast. It's not going to be enough to basically stop Mega Blastoise from setting up and winning the game. So that leaves Rotom Heat. We are reasonably physically defensive. I may actually change. I think I'm going to change this to specially defensive, actually, just to make sure I actually have something that can take on Duraludon a little bit better, because other than Gigalith, I don't actually have anything especially defensive, really, and while this is good at switching into a multitude of things, I'd rather have the special defense. What does the spread do? No idea. I kind of made it up as I went along. I also needed to make sure I had defog somewhere. While I would prefer Rapid Spin, and while I'm going to be pivoting a little bit, I'm ideally going to be keeping up the Toxic Spikes and forcing them to defog. If I'm in a situation where I need to defog, I will, but for the most part, if I'll switch over Heat, Pain Split, and Defog, I do need to make sure I'm careful with this Rotom, because it does not do very well into Gliscor, which I fully expect them to bring. But if we can catch the Gliscor, obviously Blastoise does insanely well into Gliscor. This Mew does really well into Gliscor, and because I'm carrying Heal Bell, because I'm going with this very, very slow-paced game plan, I'm hoping this will work out. It's a bit of a risk. It's a very slow, grindy chip-down strategy with the Sand and the Toxic Spikes. Wish Passer. Every Pokemon barring Excadrill has a way to heal for this game. Excadrill, if it comes in, it's clicking buttons, and either it gets out scot-free somehow, or it dies. There's potential for it to come in, but I'm not sure how often Gigalith's going to be coming in. I think a lot of our pivoting is going to be between Blastoise and Mew for this game, as two of our main pieces, and again, keeping them healthy. It's also why I wanted a Wish Passer, because there's extra recovery, the outside of rest for some of my Pokemon that will be quite nice here. So it's a very strange one. We also have Rotom Heat as kind of our Serena check, but for the most part, Mew will also sit in on Serena for days. Their pivoting is going to be something that I'm going to have to be careful of, and because I'm going with a slow defensive style, it's going to be a bit awkward, which is why hazards are going to be the name of the game. Getting hazards up and trying to keep them to stick is going to have to be the plan. So, going to be interesting to see how this goes. This is a very slow defensive style team, and I'm going to see if I can pull it off, because this sort of slow defensive chip style team is, I think, what this team is going to hopefully excel at. So, we'll see if we can make this work. But I will see you guys for the match. It is quite soon, so we'll see how it goes. Alright. I believe we're playing. Oh dear. Bleh. Nope, don't don't care about the ladder. Here we go. So, I'm not ready, but here we are. Maybe we get time to import? Well, I am ready. I have been ready, but I've just been vibing. Oh, hey, it worked. Nice. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just super out of it. I said they were ready. Vatrena. I forget what their showdown name is, so I can challenge them. They're offline. Because I wasn't on sports. Now we should be good. They got sports server. You know, the one that they use for draft matches. I rarely forget, but like, let me see if I can find Vatrena. There we go. I can challenge them. Oh, they brought Novictini! Oh, but they brought both Serena and Duraludon. Well, Rotom Heat's got a lot of pressure then. They've got the live battle link. Oh, that's quite bad. They didn't bring Florges either. I'm scared of them leading Dom, to be honest. I'm gonna leave Mew. They lead Lop, okay, that's really nice. That's kind of what we wanted here. We're gonna see if we can get these toxic spikes up. How much does this do to me? I swear it just doesn't do that much. But it's not going to be return, it's going to be, I'll assume Facade. Well, I'll look at Body Slam. I don't think it gets Body Slam. I think it's just Facade. Yeah, it's going to do like nothing. I'm just going to go for a Toxic Spikes. Okay, goes for a Fake Out. Does like nothing. I'm like super physically defensive. There's no way they stay in, yeah. Turn. Okay, that's about right. I'm like super defensive. Bring in Jelly, and I get up my T-Spikes. Do I want up 2 layers or just the 1 here? I'm gonna Roost. I'm just gonna play it safe. See what they want to do. Go for a Will-O-Wisp. I actually am kinda glad that missed. Because I didn't want to sink that over. I guess I will just go to Rotom. And then I'm just going to double out into Blastoise. I just go for a Hex, so it's just like Willow Hex. Okay. You really are going to be annoying, aren't you? Guess I'll double back. Just go for a Will-O-Wisp again. I guess this time I'll go for the Volt Switch. If Gliscor comes in, Gliscor comes in. Yeah. I'm just gonna go to Mew. Because I assume they want to defog here. They U-turn, that's fine. Obviously the momentum's like in their favor, but I don't really think there's a lot that they want to bring in here. You go with Serena. How much would this do to me? Serena? Knockoff would do a good amount, to be fair. But to Rotom... I mean, Rotom's obviously going to do mad damage. How much would my Ice Beam do? Not that much. Especially when it's not worth me losing that item. Just go for the spin. Makes sense. I mean, another thing that really wants to come in on an Overheat is the Jellicent. I guess Gliscor can possibly come in. But I'll go for the Overheat. They go for the knock, please. Please don't miss. That's really nice. Because it's going to go down to the... that was Assault Vest, actually. Gliscor gets to come in. I'm just going to Pain Split. The U-turn on out. Getting a Pain Split on anything will be really nice here. Keep me alive. Get all my health back. See the lefties? Not really too surprising. Jellicent's going to be really the big thing at this point that we need to kill. And that's presumably their spinner gone. So I'm just going to Volt Switch for momentum here. And then how do we want to play this? Because taking this Jellicent down is actually going to be a bit of a pain. Okay, that was 19%. Let's have a look at what kind of Jellicent this is. But remember, I am -2. -2. 21 to 25. I did 19, so they have special defense for sure. 19. Dead on 19? They're max Spadef? Possible. Possible they're max Spadef. Which means how much would Excadrill do to max with Earthquake? Do good damage, but I do have to fear a Scald. Again, a burn would kind of suck. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to go to Aromatisse. I go for a Will-O-Wisp. I'm really glad I went to Aromatisse. How much would this be doing? To Aromatisse, Will-O-Wisp Hex. I am... Yeah, I am Fizz Death. Okay, yeah. So if I'm burned... I mean, I can stall it out. I assume this has just got, like, Recover. I think I'm okay with going Excadrill now. Or Rotom. I go Excadrill. I go for the Recover. This really doesn't do a lot for me, does it? Because Gliscor kind of just gets to come in for free, doesn't it? But then we get to go to Blastoise. Or we just go to Mew? Did it really want to take that much damage? I don't think so. I'm going to go to Mew. They do get the burn off, which means we do sync over the burn. That is unfortunate. They were trying to put out my Excadrill out of commission for the game. Obviously, I cannot stay in here. So I'm just going to go to Rotom. And I'm just going to Pain Split. I'm going to keep myself healthy. This game is going to be long, and it's going to be about stalling out this stupid Jellicent at this point. I do have a reasonable amount of special defense, and it doesn't look like they have a Water-type move. Which is good to know. Just going to try and Volt Switch now. This may be their Recover turn. So I'm going to go to Excadrill. Strength Sap. Okay, so we know that full moveset. They are double recovery, actually. They are double recovery. That's quite surprising. I can basically stall this thing out. I'm a little afraid of this thing Swords Dancing, but I don't think you'd run Swords Dance and U-Turn on the same set. I need to get Aromatisse in at some point, just so I can heal Bell. Wish I brought something more for this Jellicent. I knew it was going to be an issue, but I didn't really have a lot to begin with. To be quite honest. I mean, I am the defogger, so I'm fine with just going for a Pain Split here. And I can just defog. I go for an Earthquake trying to catch me switching, but I'm fine with just defogging here. So. I think I'm just going to go to Mew. To get up rocks. No idea who's faster here. T-Spikes aren't going to be that useful. Rotom's very easy to come in. Just on the Jellicent. I am going to take 25% from rocks now. I'm gonna see if I can get a cheeky Ice Beam off. They go to Jellicent straight up as I go for the Ice Beam. Unfortunately, I really reveal it that early, but it's the way it is. Just gonna go to Rotom. Go for a Hex. I'm gonna Pain Split. I'm gonna keep doing this song and dance. Because I know they can't hurt me. Try and be as full as possible. They just go for a Strength Sap. Trying to catch me switching. I've got a Defog. Yeah, I've got plenty to do and sit around in here. You know, I think we both realize that this stalemate is now a thing. But I am able to Volt Switch here. Able to go to Aromatisse. You go for a Hex, actually do good damage. And I am able to Heal Bell here. They go for a Strength Sap just to try and keep themselves healthy, which makes a lot of sense. But I do have the Heal Bell here to help neutralize this set at least somewhat. Which is very helpful. I wish my Blastoise could do something to this. It unfortunately cannot. And getting Excadrill in is like nigh on impossible against this Jellicent. Because either I'd have to get it on exactly recover, and that's never a guarantee. So going to Rotom doesn't really help me. Going to Mew, I'm just gonna Wish. There's Will-O-Wisp, misses. There's been a lot of Will-O-Wisps. So, not the craziest thing to see. I'm just gonna go for a Moonblast. Go for a Will-O-Wisp. That's fine. I'm gonna chip it down. Hoping for a drop there, to be honest. This is going to be how can we kill this stupid Jellicent, and how much can I stall it out? Obviously, I do not want to be going for random Heal Bells. But, you know, here we are. Dear. You gotta go Ice Score. Catch my Volt Switch. U-turn EQ Stealth Rope. This thing can't touch me. There's no way this can touch me. I definitely don't want to come in on an EQ. It's not like I can do anything to it anyway. When can I come in and go for... Actually, there's plenty of times I can do it. I should consider doing that in the near future. I'm going to go to Blastoise. Makes sense. I should have considered Volt Switching there, to be honest. Megalop's back. Hey, Megalop. Yeah, let's go to Mew. Might be obvious. Okay, that's really nice. I'm gonna Roost. Crit U-turn kind of hurts. That's not nice. Mega Blastoise, well, isn't Mega yet, so... Let's go for a U-turn as I stay in and roost. I'm gonna roost. They're gonna fake out. I'm gonna roost. I need to make sure Mew's healthy. They've seen I have Ice Beam. There's no way they stay in. I'm gonna go for it, though. Please? Huge! Let's go down. That's really good. They trade Gliscor for Rocks, which means as soon as Jellicent comes in, Rocks are gone. Hazards are gone for the game. And now we can start playing the Excadrill game. And the Excadrill game looks in my favour. Blastoise, again, can't really come in. It's not Mega Jet. Just gonna roost. They go for a Stone Edge and it misses. How much would that do to me? Let's have a look at Mew versus Dom. U-turn, yeah. So Stone Edge. It's doing like 36%. I just... The thing is, I don't want to go into anything. I actually really want to go into Rotom, which is the annoying part. I'm gonna be defogging, so there's no point in me taking Toxic Spikes. I'm just gonna go for a Psychic. Stay in for a turn, go for a Psychic. Cool. I don't want them to predict Rotom, because I can't afford Rotom to just keep coming in and just not doing anything useful. Excuse me if you did hear that. I am quite gassy, unfortunately. Do we go to Blastoise? I'm really tempted to go to Blastoise. But I do need to go to Rotom. Did they call it? No, thank you. I need to defog these rocks away. Because now rocks are gone for the game. They go for a Strength Sap to keep themselves healthy. I can very freely Volt Switch here. They go into Duraludon. Kind of see if that is a AV set or if that is something of the other variety. I'm going to assume that is not AV. Can I get that on bulky? No, it looks to be fast offensive in some variety. So I'm going to go to Aromatisse. Looks strange, I know. I'm going to protect. I'm going to see what happens. Steel Beam! Did not know that hurt itself if it went for it. And, yep. Okay, Dom comes in. I have a non-Mega Blastoise. How much is it going to do? Blastoise versus Dom. But I'm not Mega, I'm regular. That's regular Blastoise. Holy cow, that does nothing. What? That's crazy. Okay. Never mind. That does damage. Why are you lying to me? Why were you lying and saying that moves were going to do no damage? Never mind, that was a max roll. I mean, I guess I go to Aromates. In comes Lop. I'm just gonna wish they can fake out for some chip. I just didn't want to risk them. I didn't want to risk the momentum being lost. U-turn. You go back to Dom. Put a wish in the air. I can protect. I can scout their move. I go for Icicle Crash. I believe Mew actually takes this reasonably well. Like 40%, it's a lot. I shouldn't be risking this. This is Flinch City, if I've ever seen it. This is opportunity to open me up to flinches, so I think it is go to Gigalith time. See how well we take this. Possibility that we live here? Possibility. Think I'm okay sacking Blastoise. That's really awkward. I should outspeed. I should outspeed. Mega Rest. Huge! We keep Blastoise alive. We actually keep Blastoise alive, which is super, super nice. Now we go into Rotom. Pain Split. We go to Lop. I get a bit of HP back. I don't want them to U-turn, so I'm just going to Volt Switch here. They're going to go for a close combat. Get the crits! It's kind of bad. I'm just gonna go to Mew. I'm just gonna Roost on the U-turn. Jelly comes in. And I actually am running out of answers to this Jellicent. Which is like actually kind of a problem. We go for the Will-O-Wisp here. I do have lefties, so this cancels out the burn. And I'm going to go for a rest. I go for the Hex. I should have stayed in for a turn, I think. They only actually have 7 hexes left. I thought that this was my time. Get in the boy. Earthquake. Cease. Go get a Gigalith, get up my sand. We'll take the close combat. Just in case, I will go to Aromatisse here. Sack it off. We will go to Exca. Make sure we get the outspeed. Go over the Iron Head. Take it out. Go over the Earthquake as they fake out. Go into Gigalith. Get up my sand one last time. Get a Mexica. They were carrying Protect. Why? I guess they saw that sand. Makes sense. That almost went really badly. That crit actually saved them like 3 points of differential, I'm just gonna say it. Let me just double check the calc. So, Rotom Heat versus Lopunny. Oh, close combat was always killing me, I think. Yeah, close combat was always killing me, so crit didn't matter. Yeah, that was a super stally game. Which ended with Excadrill getting 3 kills, because of course it did. Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it be Excadrill getting 3 kills? I mean, that's what the whole game plan was. Jellicent was just a bit more of a problem than I should have realised. Maybe should have brought something to deal with that. But, it ended up working out. We got the kill. With the Exca in the end. Got it in, and I said, as soon as Excadrill came in, like, I would just do work with it, because that's what Excadrill kind of does. And this whole team was just made to just be annoying as hell. So yeah, that will do it. Sorry for the long one, but thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.